Well, a massive global development that completely decimates the former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's long-standing narrative against India. That India ordered the strike on Nijjar, and now it's clear it did not. His own administration, the Canadian administration, has said so. For months, he had insisted that there was credible proof linking the government of India to June 2023 assassination of the Khalistani separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. But today, a blockbuster United States federal indictment has blown that claim completely out of the water. Today, on Setting the Agenda, we are going to decode for you Operation Hardball, which has been launched by the Trump administration. An unsealed indictment from a federal court in Los Angeles, which proves that Nijjar was not hit by Indian government agents. In fact, he was targeted by the Bishnoi gang. In fact, the U.S. Department of Justice has officially charged the jailed Indian gangster Lawrence Bishnoi and his close associate Goldy Brar with ordering the contract killing of Nijjar. The unsealed documents that we are going to reveal for you reveal a jaw-dropping global web. In fact, this wasn't just a state-sponsored operation. It was a ruthless criminal enterprise which was operating across 3 continents. In fact, the FBI has now placed a $50,000 bounty on Goldy Brar. Remember, Goldy Brar is evading law even as we speak. He's on the run. He's been named as North American leader of this syndicate. In fact, this is happening while Lawrence Bishnoi directed operations as per US right from his prison cell in India using contraband phone. So what really is this indictment order? Let's break it down for you so that you will see it in black and white. This is the indictment order that you can see that Times Now has managed to access exclusively. We're going to tell you what the details are of this. It is about, we're going to go back to the first page of this graphic so that we can start from the beginning. It is about Bishnoi and Brar who ordered Nijjar's assassination. It says that categorically in black and white that you can see here. It also talks about the next point that we are going to show for you is that there are 4 conspirators who had agreed to assist with the killing, and that is the larger conspiracy behind Nijjar's killing which had happened in Canada. Also that Bishnoi sent Nijjar's photos to the Canadian aides, and he's the one who was coordinating all of this, and this from a jail in Gujarat. Remember, this is what Times Now has managed to access here on Times Now. The operation was codenamed Operation Hardball. It has targeted India-linked criminal networks with the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, which is named in this investigation. Well, Times Now has accessed the Bishnoi indictment order, which we are showing for you, which detailed all the allegations which were coming in against the two. So what really are the charges against Lawrence Bishnoi and Goldy Brar? Let's tell you about the allegations against him. The first charge is that the Bishnoi gang had ordered the assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada. That there were 4 alleged co-conspirators who had assisted with the killing as well of Nijjar. That there was a plot to kill Nijjar, which was finalized by 18th of June 2023. The 4th charge is that Bishnoi had shared Nijjar's pictures as well as multiple addresses with his hitmen who were there in Canada. That Nijjar was shot dead outside a Gurdwara in Surrey, and this was a hit which was directly ordered by none other than Lawrence Bishnoi and Goldy Brar, the 2 of them which are part of the same gang. So what all has been seized during the Operation Hardball? Let's get you a blow-by-blow account of that. Well, the crackdown, as I was telling you, was across 3 continents. It was in US, it was in Canada, and it was in Europe as well. And it was a 3-continent crackdown. There were 24 arrests which have been made. Of course, the likes of Goldy Brar are still on the run. There is about 10,000 kgs of cocaine which was seized from the gang of Lawrence Bishnoi and Goldy Brar. Heroin, which was also seized by them. So this was narco arms terror crackdown which had happened. Firearms which were also seized from them. There was also cash which was seized by the American authorities. It was the DOJ, remember, which was carrying out this operation coordinated strike which happened across 3 different continents. I'm going to be going across to our senior editor, Bhavtosh Singh, who's joining us. Bhavtosh, you must explain to us what Operation Hardball was all about. We'll come to the part how India finally stands vindicated against the charges which were leveled by Justin Trudeau on India. Today it is the DOJ, Trump's administration, which vindicates India. But first, give us the details and the salient features of Operation Hardball. What did it achieve?
Well, this entire document was filed before the grand jury in February itself, and yesterday it was unsealed after the operation was completed, Meghna. And some of the facts are very startling. The very fact that this gang is active in at least 3 continents, in Americas as well as in Europe, and also very active in Canada. Now, it has specifically mentioned all the gang members who are on run and against whom India has been seeking extradition, whether it is Rohit Godara or for that matter Satyendra Singh, or who goes by the name of Goldy Brar, and even other gangsters. Now, what is most concerning is the fact that the gang members are active, though they are still, some of them are still lodged in prison. Now, they have said that they have given blow-by account as to how this gang is operating from India. Some of them are operating from India. They specifically mentioned the name of Lawrence Bishnoi. They have mentioned the name of Bhagwan Jaipuria, who is also lodged in Assam, as well as other gang members. Now, what India has also been saying and also trying to crack down on these gangsters is the fact that these gangsters are not only limited to few cases of extortion, they are morphed into narco trafficking as well as into targeted killing. The FBI has also said that they are carrying out targeted killing in America as well as in Canada and also in Europe, which has been well documented and also have been reported widely across the world. And this crackdown has led to arrest of at least 24 members, 7 in Stockton, which is in California, one of the major stronghold of Lawrence Bishnoi.
So stay with us, because we must explain to our viewers how this is also great vindication for India. Because remember, in the year 2023, Justin Trudeau, who was then the Canadian Prime Minister, had alleged that there is a possible link between Indian government agents and Nijjar's killing. In fact, he called for India's cooperation in expelling an American and Indian diplomat as well, saying that Indian state agents were directly involved in the hate job. Now the US indictment names Lawrence Bishnoi and his gang in the alleged conspiracy behind the Indian killing. In fact, this has completely decimated Trudeau's claim against India that Indian state actors were involved and that he had credible proof about it. Listen in to what Justin Trudeau had said. Remember, at that time, he was the Prime Minister of Canada.
Mr. Speaker, today I'm rising to inform the House of an extremely serious matter. I just informed the leaders of the opposition directly. I want now to speak with all Canadians. Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Canada is a rule of law country. The protection of our citizens and defense of our sovereignty are fundamental. Our top priorities have therefore been, 1, that our law enforcement and security agencies ensure the continued safety of all Canadians, and 2, that all steps be taken to hold perpetrators of this murder to account. Canada has declared its deep concerns to the top intelligence and security officials of the Indian government. Last week at the G20, I brought them personally and directly to Prime Minister Modi in no uncertain terms. Any involvement of a foreign government in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil is an unacceptable violation of our sovereignty. It is contrary to the fundamental rules by which free, open, and democratic societies conduct themselves. As you would expect, we've been working closely and coordinating with our allies on this very serious matter. in the strongest possible terms, I continue to urge the government of India to cooperate with Canada to get to the bottom of this matter. I also expect it to reiterate that its position on extrajudicial operations in another country is clearly and unequivocally in line with international law. I know many Canadians, particularly members of the Indo-Canadian community, are feeling angry or perhaps frightened right now.
That was Justin Trudeau. When he was the Prime Minister, he accused India of having carried out a hit job against Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Today, America's crackdown by the DOJ across 3 continents has made it very clear that the so-called indictment by Justin Trudeau and his government at that time was a lie. That it was the gangs and not the Indian state which was behind the hit job of Nijjar. Well, this indictment does not make any direct allegation against Indian government whatsoever. The Canadian officials have also made it very clear, because it's, remember, not just American authorities, the crackdown which has happened, but even Canadian authorities now under Carney have come out very categorically saying that there was no role played by any Indian government or any Indian state agent in Nijjar's killing. Listen in to this complete U-turn which was taken by Canada after Trudeau left power. And after this, now India is stepping up the pressure on the United States and Canada over the wanted gangster Goldy Brar, who's on the run. Well, sources are saying, that's the big breaking news that is coming to you. Sources are saying that India has repeatedly sought Goldy Brar's deportation, while the FBI has already announced a reward of information leading to him. Well, the Indian government has designated Goldy Brar as a terrorist in January 2024. Indian security agencies have named him as an accused in the murder of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala as well, along with several other cases including Gurugram pub grenade attack and the murder of Karni Sena leader Sukhdev Singh Godamedi. So, despite sharing evidence with US and Canadian authorities, Goldy Brar has not been detained so far. India continues to push for swift action against one of its most wanted crime figures. Let me go across to Bhavtosh, who's joining us with more details on this. Bhavtosh, Goldy Brar is on India's most wanted list. The last known location, as per US's own admission, appears to be somewhere around California, is it not? Where is Goldy Brar? Who's shielding him? Is it possible that despite repeated requests by India, US, Canada, European authorities are unable to catch him?
Yes, that's a question that US authorities need to answer. In fact, right from May 2023 onwards, India is looking for him. After he was involved in the killing of Sidhu Moosewala, there is a red corner notice against him. There were reports that he was detained, but subsequent to that, there is no location or at least idea about where he is. He's wanted he's wanted in several cases, including that of murder of Punjabi singer, along with slew of cases, in terror cases, as well as in cases of extortion, as well as in cases of kidnapping. He's also a listed terrorist. He was declared as a designated terrorist in January 2024. He has links with various terror outfits, including that of Babar Khalsa International. And the very fact that charge sheets have been filed against him, for US to say that he is wanted for crimes that have been committed in United States of America is all right, but the fact is that India has been demanding his deportation for a very long time. Since 2023 onwards, India has been asking that he should be deported and he should face trial in India.
Well, he should be facing time in India is what that India has demanded from American authorities, but only if the American authorities can find him. Meanwhile, more breaking news which is coming in. Lawrence Bishnoi, well, he remains under the scanner as well as authorities intensify action against his alleged crime network. The NIA has in fact filed a charge sheet against Lawrence Bishnoi and his gang in 2023 with over 35 cases linked to him. The US and Canada have both sought action related to his extradition as the network faces increased international scrutiny. NIA documents have compared the scale and structure of the Bishnoi network to D Company, Meanwhile, his brother Anmol Bishnoi has been deported from the United States. He's wanted in connection with firing incident outside Salman Khan's residence. So let me go back across to Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, here's the problem. There are questions with Indian jail authorities must answer as well, because the US in its indictment order very categorically said that these strikes and kills were ordered by Bishnoi while he was lodged in an Indian jail. So who colluded with him?
Yes, it's something which is very worrying and disturbing, the fact that he is operating freely from the prison. There are several cases that have been lodged against him. There are allegations that he is ordering killing as well as extortion. The firing outside Salman Khan's residence is one of the main cases that he has been involved in. His brother Anmol Bishnoi is accused in that case. He was deported on a warrant that was issued by a Mumbai court. He continues to maintain a stoic silence. Remember, there was also an allegation that he gave an interview while in the custody of Punjab police. At least 6 of Punjab police personnel were dismissed from services. There are allegations that various police forces are protecting him. Now, US authorities have said that he should be extradited back to US, that he should face the law. As far as India is concerned, they have said that he has been booked in various cases. And IA has taken over investigation in various cases. In 2023, they have compared him with Dawood Ibrahim. At least they have said that he is the new face as far as terror cases are concerned. In 2024, in the killing of Baba Siddiqui, his name had cropped up, but when the charge sheet was filed, he was never ever booked in that case.
Well, in fact, do stay on with us. Let's also get reactions, political reactions, which are now coming in from the BJP at a time when that entire Justin Trudeau indicting India or alleging that India had a role to play in Nijjar's killing had, remember, at the time been a political hot potato for Justin Trudeau, completely against what the investigation finally led to, that there was zero link of Indian state actors in that strike. This is what BJP today has to say about the vindication for India.
ये राष्ट्रीय विरोधी ताकतें हैं, कहीं ना कहीं लोगों के द्वारा चल रहे हैं, कुछ सरकारें भी प्रभावित होती हैं। और आज जब मालूम पड़ा है बिश्नोई गैंग की तरफ से है, तो साफ साफ जाहिर होता है भारत ऐसे कामों में भागीदारी नहीं करता। भारत अपनी अस्मिता के लिए सारा कुछ कर सकता है, लेकिन अन्यथा बाहर जाकर ये वो करना हमारे नेचर में भी नहीं है। हमें अपना देश की सुरक्षा करनी है, किसी की नहीं करनी। ये लोग सारे वही लोग हैं जो रैपिस्ट का मदद किया करते थे, जिनके कार्यकर्ता बड़े बड़े नेता लोग ऐसे गैंग चलाया करते थे। आज रैपिस्ट को सजा मिलनी चाहिए, नहीं मिलनी चाहिए, ये जनता निर्णय करेगी।
Let me go back across to Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, it is of course vindication for India, but the question is what next? What next will India be pushing for? After all, the relationship with Canada has been on the mend, but what about the crackdown, which needs the support of every country involved?
Well, as far as India is concerned, in the murder for hire plot, India had said that they are willing to cooperate with everyone. They have said that if evidence is provided to them, the main accused in that case, Nikhil Gupta's point of sentence or order on point of sentence has been adjourned for September, and it's expected that in September the federal court in New York will be giving its order. Nikhil Gupta has pleaded guilty. One has to wait and see what would be that order. As far as other cases are concerned, whether it's Lawrence Bishnoi case or whether his gang members case are concerned, they are pending trial, and US has now asked for his extradition. US has also asked for the extradition of Vikas Yadav, the rogue agent who is suspected to be involved in the murder for hire plot. He is also facing trial as far as the kidnapping and attempt to murder of a businessman is concerned. Now, as per law, India has made it very clear once they have to face trial here, and only then they would be extradited back to US. So one has to wait and see what would happen next as far as this case is concerned. As you rightly said, it's a hot potato. India as well as US has to issue an official statement. So far, India has not issued a statement on the developments that have taken place.
Well, we'll wait and see. We expect an official statement from the Indian government as well, because this time around, the vindication is coming not just from American authorities, even Canadian authorities have come out and said India had no role to play when it comes to the killing of Nijjar, and it was murder for hire by the Bishnoi Brar gang. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Setting the Agenda. We are going to be wrapping up the show. I'll see you again tomorrow with another news story decoded right here on Setting the Agenda. 12 noon, only on Timestamp.